Hey brother, Stuart Matola, men's relationship coach. I hope you're having a great day. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what to do when she says you're not listening to her. Okay. I'm going to tell you about a client of mine, and for confidentiality reasons, I'm going to call him Robert. And his wife was telling him about challenges at work where she felt like her input on a big project was not being received by her boss. And he was listening. He was giving it 120%. He actually watched the Nail in the Head video. I'll leave a link to that below. You might want to check it out. Short 1-minute video. And he knew that it wasn't about fixing. It was about listening. It was about making sure that she knew he fully heard her. Okay, because he's been getting educated about the feminine and how important that is, that she's heard. So he's using 120% superpowers to hear her say what, he heard her say, making sure he's getting it all. And afterwards, he's at a complete loss because she says to him, I feel like you're just dismissing me and you're not really hearing me and you're not taking this seriously. And so he's scratching his head. Okay. Now, this is a key moment, brother, where the masculine can come into play, that fierceness, that kind directness. So Robert said to his wife, sweetie, we've been talking now for a good 10 minutes and I've been totally present for you. I've actually repeated back what you said of me. I'm taking time and attention. I've told you that what's important to you is important to me. So I'm going to dispute that, okay? I have not been dismissive, and I have been here for you. And she paused, and while she was pausing, he said, can you see that I am showing up for you? And she nodded her head. And it was really wonderful for him to not just be at the mercy of his wife's, disgruntlement with him, old script, because he was changing the way that he was showing up. He was showing up in a new way, and he thought it was important that it would be acknowledged. And she acknowledged that, and she was able to see that, in fact, he was taking the time and attention, and she could see his efforts, okay? So that was a really big deal for this brother, because what he would tend to do would kind of like throw his hands up in frustration or feel victimized by her, even though he was showing up with his A game. So the pause here was his ability to call her out. Like, yeah, this is not what you're seeing. And this is a very nuanced skill, because typically I go with the headline to say, be curious, be relational versus being right. Whereas in this situation, and there are many where you need to clarify, like, hey, this is what I'm experiencing and this is what I'm seeing. And in Robert's case, it was, I'm fully present for you here. I'm fully showing up and you're not seeing that. Okay, so he was trying to clarify. Was he trying to be right? Well, he was trying to stand in what was right for him. Okay, so there's a huge distinction there, to not just roll over and play dead because she's feeling, dismissed or disregarded, but to really stand by your efforts. And that's what Robert did. And it just brought him new power and new confidence in his efforts to show up differently in his relationship and be acknowledged for that, so that his wife was not still spinning in the same old stories of how he disregarded her. So is your wife or partner feeling like you disregard her and you don't listen to her enough? If so, brother, get clear on the efforts that you're making, and not so much that those are going to make everything better, but stand strong in what's right for you to be acknowledged for how you're showing up differently. And if you have no idea of what that even means to show up differently, I want to invite you to check out some of the links to my work below. Thanks so much for watching, brother. Have a kick-ass day. Bye.